Thank you for tuning in to this special edition of the Commissioner's Report, a CGI Madden League podcast. We'll call this here Commissioner's Report Shorts. In this edition of Commissioner Report Shorts, we did an interview with our recent CGI Bowl champion, Coach DBevv of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We chat with him about how he got his start in Madden and about his recent run to a CGI Bowl championship. We hope you enjoy. All right, and joining us now is listen to this list of accolades. Three-time NFC South champion, now two-time NFC champion, and a one-time CGI Bowl champion, going to a second CGI Bowl in a row. DBevv, Coach DBevv joins us now. What's up, Devin?
What's going on, y'all?
Not much. Thanks for joining us for this short period of time here. We know you're a busy man there as a three-time NFC South champion, but that doesn't mean anything. You were a CGI Bowl champion. That's what matters the most. Tell us. Let's start with you as a Madden player. When did you start playing Madden? How'd you get into Madden? You know, what does Madden mean to you? Kind of tell us a little bit about your Madden beginnings.
Well, I think the first Madden I played was, I don't remember if it was Madden 08 or Madden 09. It was the Madden with the quarterback from Texas. What was his name?
Vince Young.
Vince Young, yeah. It was him. The one with him on the cover. That was the first Madden I played. Always played Madden. I started off playing Madden when I was younger with my dad, just messing around, playing franchise mode, just not really playing serious. Then once I got into kind of like high school, met a couple of the users who are in the league now or used to be in the league with Aaron, Rambo, people like that. We started playing there in high school a little bit more competitively. And then a couple Madden, I don't know if it was last Madden or the Madden before, Madden 18. I was actually in CGI for a couple of seasons or a couple of games.
Yeah, that was Madden 18.
Yep, I was there for a couple of games. Didn't really work out just because, like, with time issues in college, so I couldn't really play seriously. So then I got the opportunity again in this Madden. You and the other commissioners brought me back, and just try to make the most of it, man. Try to take it a little more serious.
Well, you've definitely made the most of it.
For sure.
So I guess, you know, again, you've won the division a couple times in a row now, 3 times in a row now, actually. Let's just talk about the team. You took over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I guess, originally, didn't you pick the Dolphins in the draft selection?
Yeah, so originally I had the Dolphins. So originally I was going to be in the AFC East. But I believe something happened with the Bucs user. He left the league or something, and I reached out to you. I said, was it possible to switch teams? Just because I didn't want to deal with the Dolphins. I mean, who would? But anyway, I reached out. I know they have a good young team. They had Devin White. They got pretty decent receiving core. Mike Evans. Just wanted a better situation, and it worked out. I ended up getting the Bucs, so I was happy it worked out. I think so.
What kind of trades did you make that, I guess, would you say brought the team together that made it the division champion and CGI Bowl champion that it is now? What players did you acquire that made it that way?
So I knew going in, just looking at the roster, I was going to need a safety. There wasn't very much speed in the safety position. So in free agency, I picked up, Josh Jones. He was a free agent for the Packers. He got released right before Madden dropped, so I kind of got lucky. So I got him. He was my starting strong safety as of today. And then I had a corner. He wasn't really playing that much in Jamal Dean. And, I mean, he's got 95 speed, so he wasn't playing as much corner because I had Hargraves and I had a rookie, Sean Murphy-Bunting. So I wanted to get him on the field, and I had an open spot on free safety, so I've been putting him there, and he's been doing pretty good for me. And then I believe I traded for Chris Carson, traded some picks to get him. I needed a running back. The running backs I had, I wasn't really content with. I didn't realize one of the potential ones I had at the time, who I realize now, and he's been doing me pretty good, and Ronald Jones. But at the time, I was using Chris Carson. And I also traded away Mike Evans. Traded away Mike Evans for a first-round pick, I think, and Al Robinson. Looking back at it, it probably wasn't the best trade, but at the time, I wanted the picks. So, I mean, all in all, I think the trades and everything worked out.
Let's back up. Did you say Ronald Jones is working out pretty good?
Yeah, I think he's come on pretty strong. I mean, at the start, he wasn't obviously as good as he is now. With how much I run the ball and everything, he's obviously gotten upgraded and all that, so forth and so on. But yeah, I mean, just the thing, looking back at it from now, if I would have started him from the beginning, like, who knows what he would be like now. But yeah, I mean, I kind of loafed on Ronald Jones in the beginning, but Chris Carson, he was doing his job. He was putting up pretty decent numbers. I got everything worth trading him for. So,
DBevv,
what's
who would
going
you
on?
say is the best person on your team? Like, who is the person that you absolutely need to have on the field to give you a chance to win every game?
I mean, I'd say the obvious question is Devin White. I mean, you can't really beat a 94-speed linebacker with 90 zone coverage and 94 block shed. I would say either him or I would say for defense, him. On offense, I would probably say O.J. Howard, my tight end. He can pretty much do it all. He can block. He can run routes. He's got pretty high speed. You can put him in the slot if you need to. He can, like I said, he can do it all for me on offense. So I would say those two.
How does Devin White have a 94 speed at linebacker? He's faster than some wide receivers.
I don't even know how that even happened. I do remember, like, he just got some lucky dev upgrades, and he got like +1 speed one of the times. Yeah, man, I don't know. I couldn't even answer that.
Yeah, that's wow.
That's
yeah, I
insane.
mean, he's definitely he's got to be the fastest linebacker in the game.
He's
right?
the best linebacker in the
best.
game if
Yeah.
his speed is a 94.
Yeah, most
Yeah.
definitely. He's
Yeah.
checking
Best.
everybody.
It's
I think it's him and Devin Bush.
Him and Devin Bush? Yeah.
Yeah.
But Devin Bush is short, so it doesn't matter.
Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Anybody that knows Solution is a heightist.
Yeah,
So.
I am very prejudiced over here.
So talk about the bowl game. You made your way to CGI Bowl 31. Who'd you beat in the NFC Championship? I
Dizzle.
don't even remember.
You played Dizzle,
No, the
right?
NFC Championship. Sorry.
In the NFC Championship, I played Chris. I played Red Boy.
Okay. So Red Boy being the Orbits, the Orlando Orbits, formerly the Eagles.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I played him in the NFC Championship, and then I think I played Nick P in the divisional round.
Okay, got it. So then you matched up against the New York Football Jets, McDizzle, in the Super Bowl, and it was a pretty dominant victory. We don't want to spend too much time on it because we know you got another bowl in your future here. So, bowl appearance in your future here. So, don't want to spend too much time on it, but just talk about that victory over the Jets and how it felt winning your first CGI Bowl afterwards.
I mean, going into it, I didn't think it was going to be the score what it was going to be. I knew he had a really good defense, Jamal Adams, TJ Mosley, that young D-line he's got. So I honestly didn't think the score was going to get like that. But I had a feeling going into it that if he couldn't stop the run, it was going to be over. I knew my defense, he liked to throw the ball a lot. And if anyone knows playing me, I blitz a lot. So it was going to be tough for him to be successful on offense if all he did was try to throw the ball. So I kind of went into it, that kind of game plan. Don't give up big plays, put pressure on him, run the ball, and it just worked out. And I ended up winning the bowl, and it was kind of crazy, to be honest. I didn't think I was going to come in here and win like that. But also, I mean, it just goes to show you, man, anything can happen in Madden, to be honest.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
All right, so let's fast forward to this season 32. What are we? The 2021 season here of Madden 20, and you are undefeated to this point. You went 16-0 through the regular season. I don't know how many sims or forces you had during that time, but I'm pretty sure you played at least 90% of those games. So 16-0 through the regular season, and then in the divisional round, you had a pretty tough game against Don Cool, the Bears. And then here you are last night. You played a pretty tough game again against Wyatt, the Redskins.
Yeah.
It's been a tough playoff for you despite the 16-0 regular season.
2 solid users.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this was definitely the best stretch of football I've had to play against, I'd say, and since I've been in CGI again. I mean, first round, I played Don, and everyone knows that defense, how good his defense is. He traded for Gilmore, Khalil Mack. No, nothing needs to be said about that. And then playing against Wyatt with his defense, with that dude Montez Sweat, man. I mean, I don't even know where to start with him. And then
he was a problem.
He chased down Cam Newton on a couple of different plays. And I'm pretty sure everybody was watching. His mouth just hit the floor like, dang.
He's a dog.
That motherfucker's
he's just all over the field. And then Landon Collins just roaming around, hitting people. I got lucky a couple times, not fumbling. But yeah, I mean, it was definitely the hardest 2 games I ever played. I don't even know. I mean, I think the Wyatt game, I was down 14-0 going into half. I got ball. I knew that. I believe he got the ball back right before the 2-minute or right after the 2-minute warning, and I was just trying not to give up more points before halftime, and he ended up throwing a pick, and that kind of gave me life, to be honest. If that didn't happen, I don't know if I make that comeback, to be honest.
Yeah, that seemed to be the turning point of the game where he threw the pick right before halftime, and you got a field goal out of it, I believe.
Yeah, I only got a field goal because I believe I got sacked a couple times. But I ended up getting 3. And then I went into halftime, and I don't remember if I scored right out of half or something happened.
Yeah, I think you scored right out of half, and then after that, his next drive he went 3 and out, and you could just tell the life was just sucked out of the Redskins.
Yeah, I knew. I mean, the first half I was giving up a lot of easy yards. I feel like I was giving them a lot of time. I wasn't blitzing, wasn't playing my normal game. Second half came around. I couldn't let them just keep picking me apart. I had to change something up. So started switching up my defenses, sending a little more pressure, trying to take away some certain routes I was seeing. I knew I wasn't giving up that much with the running game, so I wasn't really worried about that. It was just kind of just like waiting for my opportunity. And like you said, the pick before halftime, and after that, it was just kind of like some shutdown and offense kept running the ball, throwing the ball when I had to, make sure I didn't turn the ball over. And yeah, it just played out after that.
All right. Well, you are all lined up to play in CGI Bowl 32. We don't have very many back-to-back bowl winners. We have a lot of guys who have, multiple rings, but not too many people win back-to-back. So
dynasty.
Yeah.
Got a potential dynasty on your hands with a 94-speed linebacker. What the fuck?
He covers everything.
Wakanda's definitely hung up on this 94
That's
speed.
crazy.
So yeah, you got 2 potential matchups. It's either a rematch with Dizzle and the Jets, or you got a Kid and the Bulldogs.
EA Kid. You gotta call him EA Kid. He is not Kid, it's EA Kid.
EA Kid and the Bulldogs, who I think you played in the regular season at the end of last season. You got a preferred matchup?
Well, I just found out today that EA Kid's team is a 97 overall team, so I'm just going to go ahead and say I'd rather play
EA Kid strikes again.
Again.
Again, I would rather play them, but I think me and Kid have been the best 2 teams all year this season at least. So I don't think anybody in the league, me or him or anybody else, wouldn't want to see that matchup, to be honest.
There you go. That's a fair way to put it. Yeah, the Bulldogs were the top seed in the AFC. Buccaneers top seed in the NFC, and we thank you for joining us. Coach DBevv, coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, CGI Bowl 31 champions, and now CGI Bowl 32 NFC representative. Thanks for joining us, DBevv.
Congratulations.
Young GOAT.
Hey, thanks, y'all. Thanks for having me on the show, man.
All right. Once again, we thank you for tuning in and listening to this first edition of Commissioner's Report Shorts. We'll be back with more, including a brand new episode of the Commissioner's Report, a CGI Madden League podcast featuring your commissioners of the CGI Madden League. Until next time, be easy, everybody.